Not because it like hard counters it, but when you do initiate, you have that final slash that just, is
You have a fighting chance. Like essentially, you have the
it's a
option
reset button.
Yeah, reset button.
Almost always single-handedly, if you catch like 3 or 4 that come through the portal,
Yeah.
this just undoes
Exactly.
the surprise initiation. I like it.
So now it's really on Homeboys. Do they want to take the risk? Because it does look like Twisted Mind, they do want the chip.
What if,
What if?
in their namesake, Twisted Minds, it takes a villain to know a villain? What if they get the chip?
No, exactly. I feel like Homeboys is playing this 5D chess thing. Is like,
Oh,
okay, they're like, okay, at the end of the day, it's too much. Just ban it. So Roger first pick. Oh, Valentina first.
All right, so we've seen a lot of Valentina picks.
Paramis is open.
That means that
Valentina's good, but still.
that means that the Ling will be available. But I believe that Ling is. I mean, Valentina is one of those mages that you kind of want to pick up when there's Ling or there's assassins in general, because it's a mage that is not a nuke mage. It's not a sit behind the backlines kind of mage where you're susceptible. You can actually fight the Ling.
she's a CQC mage.
CQC, close
Quarters combat mage.
All right.
Yeah. She likes to get in there. She likes to play in the paint.
Homeboys has options because they've shown both the Ling as well as the Joy. Maybe they got something else cooking up, but if they don't pick up the Ling here, don't think that it's not an option just yet. Right now, Edith as well as Roger gets picked up.
Forget about it. That's
Forget
Edith.
about it.
#1 pick in Malaysia, if not mistaken, for
Yeah.
a good chunk
Yep.
in the regular season of Season 13. How does Twisted Minds respond?
Yeah.
Again, you mentioned that Valentina doesn't mind the Ling, so they don't have to commit to the jungle just yet.
Exactly. So that means Teresa probably is the choice here for Twisted Minds. Good pick versus Roger in general. And then you're going to be looking for probably a roam now, knowing that yeah, there it is. The Minotaur, as well as the Teresa.
Shout out to Wolf, getting it correct 100% there. And now for Homeboys, I would say the safest one is probably the mid. Udil has me liking that Vexana though.
Oh, Roger Jungle and Claude.
Showing it early.
Put it in the
early though?
Put it in the hands of Nets. Nah, this is confidence.
Confidence, honesty. That's why we're seeing for Homeboys now. That means that you just...
Does that
You
mean
bet the AA Mon.
This is the AA, man.
we got a player code? I'm very excited to know that Udil made it. It will be our first time to meet Udil on the international stage. I hope to meet him on the knockout stage. This is coming from Sans, a fanatic on it.
Hey, that is generational respect.
Generational
Sans
respect.
came in post Age of the Kage.
Yes,
He's just
sir.
looking out who he came before,
Yeah.
or who
Respect.
I get it.
his precursor.
I got it.
Okay, so you are looking for
I would say Twisted Mind ban out the mid laners.
the mid laners,
The
Farsa.
The Farsa.
Well, there it is, the Vexana, which is traditionally an answer to the Minotaur as well as the Terizla.
Yep.
Especially with the access to the Wishing Lantern now, that means that you deal so much damage. And there is going to be the Moskov as the ban.
Oh no, what's Sano to play, man? This is weird because Sano just recently got used to playing gold again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carry, like maybe if they go for an assassin jungler, maybe like a Ruby. Ruby Go. We keep saying Ruby Go, but he hasn't showed up.
Y'all keep looking for the 131, man.
Yeah.
It's been weeks.
It's been weeks. But then again, Ling plus Ling Ruby looks really good for Twisted Minds, especially because you're going to be funneling everything. You need some tankiness against both the Claude as well as the Roger. Makes a lot of sense to go for armor-based heroes now for Twisted Minds.
At this point, Twisted Minds, they got to look at the options like a carry, a Brody, which Brody we haven't seen. I think we might have seen once, but yeah, we haven't seen a lot.
You know who else we haven't seen a lot of?
1-1.
Nathan.
Nathan, yeah.
We miss Nathan, man. He's out there in 2030 right now.
Yeah, dude.
He hasn't time traveled to today yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're looking for Farsa here, or perhaps a Novaria, but it's the thing with Novaria is that it's decent versus the Valentina, but at the same time it's a hero that you really farm on a lot, and with the Roger plus the Claude, it's gonna be difficult. So that's a joke. You reveal that the Edith is going to the XP lane.
Yeah.
It's a Zorn special.
Zorn special. This is the TP Zorn.
It's a Malaysian Jordan hero.
Malaysian
Jordan
That's
hero.
what I called him at MPLI last year, man.
Got it.
Hey, there were rumors of him having his last dance at M5,
That's right.
There were rumors, yeah.
but you can't put a good man down.
No, because he didn't make it out of groups, so this time he's like, I'm definitely making out of groups.
He can't end his career on an L, bro.
Got
Nope.
it.
It's going to be... I think the Ling really sounds good for Twisted Minds. At the same time,
I
you can
agree.
just settle for a Julian. Or
Isn't
maybe a
the-
knock-up hero.
Maybe because of the show makes it so that they're really thinking about, do we really want that link? Because this is
Yeah.
Zorn's show, man.
I'm with
That's true.
I'm on the JJ.
Oh, there it is.
Oh!
Nathan Nolan.
You called it.
Nathan Nolan.
We called him! Say his name and he appears! Finally, Nate makes it!
Yep. But then again, this means that the Farsa is so good against
Yeah.
Twisted Minds. Another hero that I think about with good combination with the Joy the Edith is the Nana, actually. Or, but knowing that the Nolan is available, maybe they'll settle for something like an Aurora so that they can they have an extra life versus the Assassin. So I'm thinking Nana or Aurora for
Well.
Homeboys.
Either ways, it's time for the spicy boy Udil to make his decision. Only having a few seconds left on the clock. I say few, but we got like 10 seconds left. I feel like those are they're very solid pickups here.
Yeah.
Farsa is his main, so
Yep.
he's going for that Farsa pick. Looking at both teams, quite a lot of comfort as well. The Nathan finally shows up. Now that the draft has been settled, we're going to throw it over to our special friends, Trex and Gideon, to cast the game.
Thanks, Lavelle, Leo, and as well as Wolf. Yes, it is going to be me and Trex taking care of you guys for the next couple of games between Twisted Minds versus the Homeboys. And honestly, I'm thinking that draft looks kind of fire, Trex. What about you?
I think both teams definitely brought something to the field here. We got the Roger Jungle kind of front to back with the Farza holding the backside. We get the Assassin on Twisted Minds, not to mention Valentina, Trizla, and then heavy CC with the Minnow. So I feel like both drafts very well rounded in their own compositions.
I have to agree. So I think that the main driving forces are going to be the junglers, right? Nolan's going to be fast. We're expecting Roger to be just as quick. We're going to see whether or not these two teams have what it takes because we have similar play styles. They all played around early game, but they had to adapt.
Very, very true. And now as we get into this, what do we think? Early, late? Looking at both teams with, Roger, Nolan, both early game assassins. I'm trying to think of late game. What do we think scales better? The Natan or the Claude?
Oh, I think Natan definitely is going to get to that dangerous point in that game. I think magic items in general allow you to outscale a majority of the in-game items and combinations we've seen so far. But that same build can be applied to Udil, right? That Holy Crystal is so powerful.
And with that too, there is a lot of magic damage on the side of Twisted Minds, just taking a look at it. Homeboys are a little bit more well-balanced, I think, in terms of things, but a little bit of action. Zorn going to get chipped down to about half health. Chibi looking for the poke damage on a troll there. Nobody's going to go down. Lethal Wander does go over to the side of Twisted Minds.
They might be able to get a little bit more here, but Udil is getting chunked out pretty hard by Cuffin.
Yeah, Zorn going to get knocked up. Chibi looking for the first blood, able to find it onto Cuffin there. And a mid lane or two, a good takeaway from Twisted Minds.
A really clean dive there, right? They got the Purify out of him. Udil communicated it. GB now stealing a camp on top of it all. He shouldn't die here, but just the micro mechanics, right? Absorbing the turret shots from Zorn first before GB got in there.
Chibi's just all over the place right now. He's already cleared his whole camps. He's got one camp to go. He takes one from Twisted Minds. He's got a kill. He's going to start scaling, and this is something that Twisted Minds are going to need to look out for. And look, they're looking for the pick on Udil. Cuffin able to get a kill into his pocket after taking a death. Going to be able to make things up. Zorn looking for the knock-up on a Cuffin there. Troll going to get a knock-up back, but there's Hoda waiting for Zorn in the bush. They're going to back off, but still Twisted Minds showing they're not messing around.
I love the reply coming in for Twisted Minds, right? They purposely wait to punish Udil. They know he doesn't have a battle spell, and now they also know that Zorn doesn't have his flicker. So we can expect that Homeboys are going to take a step back here from this point onwards until we see level 4.
It's Turtle now. Troll about to hit level 4. Should be able to get it just in time. But where is Hoda? Hoda's just getting to this. Looks like we're going to have a big 4v4. Down comes the Feathered Airstrike. Sanji able to get the knock-up. Chibi able to find the Turtle. And now Sanji might just pay the price. But he's able to just get away, get some sustained flicker back. So a good save for themselves from Twisted Mind, but Homeboys still walk away with a kill now and the Turtle.
Oh, Zorn coming in late to that fight, but honestly, I thought a lot more kills were going to happen. And with Zorn being as cocky as he is, he's going to find some information like Purple Buff is already done. Relay it back to Chibi, because I'm surprised that that many people survived the fight.
One of the bonuses of Zorn, because he's always just so aggressive, is he's never late to the party. He can always find it, right? When you're always in the front line, when you're always ready for something, you can always find the play. And sometimes it bites him, sometimes it gets back, but when it's working out great for Zorn.
he is an early game monster, right? That's what Homeboys were known to do for a very long time. He has adjusted his plan, right? Because I think even when we look on Zorn on the map currently, yes, he's setting up for a dive on that top side, and I think that, ooh, hold on.
Sanji's been great at getting away, but he's not going to be able to get away with this one, but at least Zorn does go down, so it's a 1-for-1 EXP for Rome. Good trade for Homeboys, but at least Twisted Mind doesn't walk away with nothing.
Yep, Sanji did a really good job here, but the response...
Ooh, a little bit of damage onto Nets. Nets brought down to about half health. Will be able to get away using the Blazing Duet and the Purify, but he's probably going to lose this tower here. Twisted Minds find something in the chaos.
I love how Sano drops down the entropy in front of that bush. He's like, come on, if Nets, you walk up, you know what's going to happen. You better back away, kid.
Most definitely, and now things down to about a standstill. Homeboys holding what? About 1,000 gold lead. Nothing too major. Twisted Mind still putting up a big fight. Hoda, 0 deaths. He's been able to farm. I don't think he's falling behind Chibi too far. Exactly, just 1 level right now. So things are still in the realm of possibilities for both teams.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, actually, as much as I would like to say he's not falling too far behind, the lead from Chibi so far is looking really good. Oh, wait.
Nice way the Dragon on Troll. Down comes Feathered Airstrike. Trolls the lead. It's Sanji looking for the penalty zone to try to delay. Buy Hoda some time to get into this fight. But do they even want to take it now with Troll gone with their roamer gone? No. Hoda going to back off and just go for the orange buff.
Well, they got to protect it, right? I'm loving the rotations coming in from the Homeboys. It looks like all of this has been pre-planned, you know, pre-prepared. This looks like it's been practiced multiple times. The rotations that I am seeing from their side laners, both Subba and as well as Nets, they're making sure they're not only covering the river, but they're also double-checking their camps just in case. If Twisted Minds ain't coming to our neutrals, they're probably going to look for our resources.
It's good, though, that Twisted Minds isn't exactly buying into it. They decide, no, we're not going to force this turtle. We ruse our roamer. They let Sano kind of play the bot lane, push the lane a little bit. They're not playing too reactionary, which can be good against a team like Homeboys, because Homeboys wants you to take the fight. They know they have a lead. They know they have a power spike, and they feel confident in it. Twisted Minds can't play into that, or they could fall short.
Funny enough, I was having the same conversation with Yasu earlier. I mean, we were both worried for each of our respective teams, but honestly, they play very similarly. If we compare them side by side during the regular season, very similar styles. I know for a fact that Twisted Minds wanted to play that early game, but this is a good adjustment. Both sides are just responding to each other's attacks, cross-map plays. It's a global game at this point.
Yeah, and Hoda's got to find something here. He needs to try to close this level gap. He needs to get a kill. He needs to get some extra camps, but and you can see him searching. He just went up to the top lane to clear lane, get some more gold, because as long as he's a level or so behind, it makes those neutral objectives so much harder.
I mean, let's not forget, just the raw CC coming out from the Homeboys alone, right? Hoda really has to time his entrances perfectly.
And Homeboys looking to get him down to an even bigger deficit. Hoda forced to back off. Oodle drops better. Airstrike. Troll trying to get the engage with the Fury Flicker 3-man knockup. Cuffin able to find Sepot. Homeboys lose one. They're unable to get the purple buff either, so it is a loss for Homeboys. Twisted Minds finally finding something.
All right, let's look at the replay one more time. On this invade, Subbot tries to flicker away, but a great response coming in from Troll. Sees the angle to catch 3 people and take out basically a fish out of water, right? Subbot had no escape mechanics. He already used the onward, no flicker as well. I mean, what can you really do?
I mean, Twisted Minds just find a great moment there, and it just shows that they're still very much in this game. And whenever there's a Minotaur on the field, there are always some great possibilities.
Look at this build. What is Zorn doing? He wants to abuse some of the new mechanics, new items even. The brand new Cho feels good, but that Thunder Belt, oh my. And so early on as well. He's going to be stacking up so early.
Stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
When does
you get the passive stacks?
Oh.
You get the item stacks.
Yes.
He's throwing bans in the Land of Dawn.
I mean, let's see how long he's going to be flexing for the time being, right? Because a couple of kicks have gone well. He still technically made that mistake up on the dive on top side. It might just happen again. It's still a close game, 3-4.
Most definitely, and Homeboy's at least holding a bit of a lead here, 2,000 gold. But as long as it stays under 3K, Twisted Mind still has a lot of possibilities, I feel like. Homeboy's, oh, Zorn gets away. The Dragon kicks him to the wall, though. Sano with the entropy, able to pop back. Get a couple more pokes off onto Zorn. Back of the purple buff. Udo and Sepat still looking for purple buff, still looking for something to steal. It might be time for Homeboys to maybe back off a little bit, so maybe stop trying to invade as much. Twisted Minds are starting to hit a little bit of a spike. We're seeing more damage come from Cuffin. We're seeing more damage come from Hoda and the rest of the team.
I think instead of backing off, they need to pressure. They need to have a bigger pressure point on some of the members of Twisted Minds, right? We're definitely looking at people who have lost their battle spell, specifically Sano here. So I think that Homeboys, they're just waiting for Sano to show up on the map and then continue to gain space and hold it against him.
All right, taking a look back at these items, I want to take a look at the gold laners, Sano and Nets. Not too far apart. Nets has gotten almost to the Trinity build, almost got all three of those things locked in. Taking a look at Sano, we got the Starlium Scythe, we have the Feather of Heaven. I mean, he's sitting pretty close. Now, what time do we think that Sano really starts popping off? A lot of people consider the Natan a late game hero. Is 3 items enough, or will he need 4 or more?
Well, I would like to say that 3 items would have been enough, but hold on.
Ooh, Blazing Duet on the Sanji. Sanji goes down, Oodle finds the Feathered Airstrike the longest distance. And now Zorn putting pressure as well. They're trying to sandwich Twisted Minds down to this mid lane. Homeboys break through these towers. Nothing but 1 tier 2 in the mid left, and then it's nothing but inhibitors after that.
Ooh, the heavy artillery support from Udil to secure kills rather than pepper them down just shows the versatility of Pharsa in the current meta state. Now, I will say, coming back to the topic of scaling, I think that Sano, Holy Crystal would have been the breaking point for them. But considering the lead that the Homeboys have generated, specifically around Chibi, he can basically one-shot him, right? So I think that Sano, he's still going to need that Blood Wings if he wants to protect himself.
And here's the thing, and even once the Roger starts to scale down just a little bit, if it gets to late game, they still have Nets, they still have Voodoo, they still have these powerhouse heroes in the Land of Dawn right now to just dominate. Looking at Oodle, we just got the Glowing Wand in, we got the Blood Wings. He's feeling good about himself. I think, what's the saving grace for Twisted Minds here? It feels like Hoda hasn't really been able to do much. Cuffin has gotten a couple kills on his belt, but we really need Sano to like get online here at some point.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with these late game scaling types of heroes. You just need gold. And unfortunately, Homeboys have particularly been taking out these turrets. And even with the Lord secured, right, there's even less opportunities to walk up and take extra economy.
Oh, bad kick. Oda, well, good kick for Homeboys. Oda goes down. Oodle also taking a tower on the mid side. Lord going to connect onto this top inhibitor. Zorn looking for the knockup, being aggressive. Brought down to about half health. Down comes the Feathered Airstrike. Sano takes about half a health of damage. Twisted Minds now still on the back foot. Conceal play comes out. Zorn, as usual, with the toss, holding it. I mean, he's just searching for, he wants to. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Just make a mess up. And this is what Homeboys does so good. They want to try to bait you out just a little bit.
I'm telling you, Twisted Minds and Homeboys are so much more similar than people would like to imagine. Both of them, the technically, quote-unquote, villains of their arcs, but mainly, they're just the baddest of boys.
It's the baddest of boys. But today, there can only be one. Who's the baddest? As we close into the 11-minute mark, some final looks at these items.
Goodness.
Anything really coming out to you?
I mean, I'm looking at Chibi, and now he's 3K ahead. Previously, we were looking like, what, 5 minutes ago? He was only like 1K ahead. Not that big of a deal, as long as he doesn't snowball out of control. And I think we could safely say he is out of control. He's got 4 items already completed. And let's not forget the difference here between Suppot as well as Sanji. With the extra item from Suppot, he's more reliable in these engages, but he also has to respect that he doesn't have an escape mechanic, right?
Here we go.
Boys.
Toss, that's a T.
Yeah, that's the T. Yep,
T
you
for the
saw
toss.
You saw it. And don't forget, from the Homeboys POV, it's reversed. So it's correct to them for us. Hey, man, you get what you get.
I like it. Homeboys always bringing some entertainment to the Land of Dawn. Twisted Minds, though. They're down right now. It's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. I said it earlier that as long as they can keep the gold lead under 3K, they have a chance. But now we're looking at a 8K gold lead almost, 7.5K gold lead for Homeboys. Twisted Minds unable to eat right now. I mean, they've been getting no buffs. The lanes are getting frozen. They're losing camps, no objectives. It is just getting worse and worse. Twisted Minds are being oppressed by the Homeboys.
It's pretty difficult to watch, right? Especially if you are a MENA region fan. And I think that the Homeboys are doing a really good job with these cross-map plays. Hey, throw a punch here, but really you're taking away towers and resources on the opposite side of the map. And they've consistently done this for the past 6 minutes, all because of a simple 2K lead. I think at this point, Twisted Minds really just have to hunker down, hit 42K, and that's when we're going to see them really pop off here. Because unfortunately for their composition, they're not good at holding space. They're good at taking it.
But they're a long way away from 42K. And then even then, Homeboys will be at around 50 probably, maybe more, who knows. I think a lot of things are going to come down to, we saw the one time they got a great fight was when Troll got the big Minoan's Fury, right? When he was able to catch them off guard, and that's a huge win condition for them. Buy themselves some time, combo up some CC. So we need Troll to go Troll. We need Troll to bring out the hammer, bring out the mallet, and slam on that ground, make something happen, because if he doesn't, Homeboys just have free roam.
Hey man, he's not the only person that Twisted Minds need to.
Oh, big kick! Sanji gonna get pulled back to the team. Zorn does go down though, taking a lot of damage. We're starting to see Hoda pop off. Chibi able to find Sanji. Look at Sano entroping back into the base, into the fountain, trying to get some help, trying to play the distance, but it's not enough. Homeboys take game number 1.
And I was literally about to say that Sanji was the one who needed to lay down the hammer, and instantly Zorn